Okay, what if I told you the secret to actually doubling your freelance income isn't about working more hours, but working a whole lot smarter? Well, today we're going to break down the exact tech stack that took one social media manager from total burnout to a breakthrough $2,000 a month. So, if you're a freelancer, does this hit close to home? It probably feels like a page ripped right out of your own diary, right? It's that feeling, that gut feeling, that the only path to earning more money is just to sleep less and sacrifice your own well being. But what if that's just a flat out lie? You know that feeling like you're trapped on a hamster wheel, putting in more and more work for basically the same pay? Yeah, that's what we're calling the freelancer's hustle trap. It's this vicious cycle where all your talent and all your hard work just gets stuck, leading straight to burnout. All right, let's be real for a second. Are you putting in all the hours, but your bank account just isn't getting the memo? If you feel like you're stuck on this super frustrating income plateau, listen up. It's not you that's broken, it's your system. I mean, look at this. This donut chart is the burnout cycle in a nutshell. It shows just how much of our precious time gets completely devoured by these, low-impact tasks. Staring at that blinking cursor, trying to sort through messy Google Docs, just endlessly writing captions, this is where your creative energy just goes to die. 60 hours a week. Just let that sink in for a moment. That is the insane cost of this hustle culture we're all told to embrace. And it's not just unsustainable, it's a direct path to wanting to just throw in the towel on your entire freelance dream. Okay, so if the hustle is the problem, then what's the solution? It's all about the automation breakthrough. This is the moment you stop being a manual laborer in your own business and start becoming the architect of a smart, efficient system. And this right here, this is the core mindset shift you have to make. This belief that you have to outwork everyone, it's a trap. It's designed to keep you busy, not to make you successful. Seriously, it's time to break free from that. So here's the real secret, okay? The freelancers who are earning top dollar, they aren't necessarily more creative or smarter than you. Nope. They just have better systems. They figured out how to automate all the grunt work so they can focus their energy on the stuff that actually moves the needle. All right, you ready to build your new, super efficient stack? Let's do it. We're going to break down the 4 key systems that will absolutely boost your capacity and your income. Okay, first up is something called the Mental Guardrail. Now, I want you to think of every little task you have to remember as an open tab in your brain's browser, right? It just slows everything down. This system is all about closing those tabs and freeing up that precious mental RAM. Just look at the transformation here. I mean, you go from the total chaos on the left to this beautiful calm on the right. When you use a scheduler to batch an entire week's worth of content on Monday, you're not just organizing your work, you are literally reclaiming your peace of mind for the next 6 days. All right, system number 2 is what we call the 80% solution. This is all about embracing AI not as a replacement, but as your creative co-pilot. You let it handle the heavy lifting, the first draft, the hooks, the hashtags, and that frees you up to focus on that final 20% of strategic polish that really makes a difference. And the impact of this? It's huge. By automating that first 80% of the writing, our freelancers saved 8 hours a week. 8 hours. And what did they do with all that new time? They went out and landed 2 new high-ticket clients. That is the power of strategic automation. Moving on to our third system, the proof. This one is so important because it's all about showing your clients what they are really paying you for, results. You don't need these super complicated 10-page reports. You just need to tell a simple, powerful, visual story of their success. Because, let's be real, your client's focus is right there, on that beautiful upward trending graph. As long as you can show them that their investment is paying off, they are going to be happy. Remember this. Your hours are your business, their results are theirs. And that brings us to our final system, the professional no. Now, this is not about being rude or difficult. It's about being strategic. Think of it like an automated gatekeeper that stands guard, protecting your most valuable assets, your time and your energy. And look how beautifully simple this is. A random request lands in your inbox, but instead of getting tangled in a messy email chain, you just send a simple form. The serious, high-quality clients, they'll happily fill it out. And the tire kickers, the ones who are going to waste your time, they'll just see themselves out. It's actually genius. So, as we wrap up, remember the ultimate goal here. It isn't just about a bigger paycheck. It's about building a business where you can actually thrive, not just survive. The real return on this investment is a sustainable, scalable freelance career. If you take one thing away from this, let it be this. Your income is a direct reflection of your capacity. It's not about being the best designer or the best writer. It's about how much quality work your systems allow you to deliver. To put it as simply as I can, if you're still doing everything from scratch, writing every single caption manually, you've already reached your limit. There's a hard ceiling on your earnings because you've literally run out of time. So here's the bottom line. Scale your system, not your stress. Focus on building and refining these automated processes. That is the real key to growing your income, your business, and your impact. And you get to do it all while actually reducing your stress. And that brings us to the most exciting question of all. Once you put these systems in place, once you reclaim all that time and mental energy, what are you going to build with your new capacity? Will you take on more clients, launch a new product, or maybe you'll just have the freedom to breathe? The choice is finally yours.